Daniel Vettori, thanks for your time. Historically, that looked like a very good score at the interval. On reflection at the end of the night, did you lose it with the bat or with the ball though?
I think there was the mood going into half-time break. I think we predicted a 160, 170 score, and we obviously stalled through those middle stages, but to bring it back around with Bravo and Agar at the end, I think gave us that impetus and a confidence within the dressing room that we could defend that total. And I think when we reflect back, the ability for the Somerset batsmen to be so aggressive, hit so many boundaries and sixes was the real difference. And if you look sort of the tale of how their two spinners bowled and how our two spinners bowled, I think everyone bowled well. It was just the amount of sixes that were hit was the real difference. So I think we reflect back and say we wanted more runs, but we possibly could have bowled better as well.
It seemed a clear tactic, didn't they, that they must have discussed at the interval and said, look, they're big boundaries here tonight. They've got plentiful supply of spinners. If we're going to go, we've got to go big, because Middlesex obviously did struggle to find those boundaries in those overs when they were perhaps going for more fours, whereas Somerset decided, let's go for the leverage, let's go for the big hits, let's go hard from the top and not let those runs stack up at the end.
Yeah, they were so aggressive, and I think they never took a foot off. There were a couple of times there where it seemed like they would regroup and try and get through a couple of overs, but every time I thought that was happening, they just kept hitting sixes. So that ability to recover from losing wickets and still remain positive and still remain aggressive was the real difference tonight. So we were able to hang in the game because we kept taking wickets, but then we were kept out of the game because they kept hitting sixes.
Hamstrung somewhat as well with the selection, missing Milan and Gubbins. It meant you were bowler heavy in your lineup and batsman light.
Well, I think we've got a good all-round balance actually. I think you look at Fuller at 8, how well he's done so far in the season, and him not bowling tonight as well. So Sterling not bowling tonight has been one of our better bowlers, so we're reasonably happy with the balance. Milan obviously comes in with all his experience tomorrow and offers a lot, but the guy replaced him today, and Holden probably had one of the better T20 innings from Middlesex batter in a while.
You talked a lot last season about mistakes when fielding in the field. Was there an element of that tonight, and has there been in the last couple of games? Is that something you want to see them tighten up? Because I know it was something you really wanted to drill into them last year. Not so much today, but in the previous 3 games we've been disappointing in the field, and that's sometimes the nature of fielding at a ground like Uxbridge or Chelmsford. It wasn't quite as easy, but I think the difference in those 2 losses has been the fielding. And then today I think it was a number of things, but it definitely has been a mindset change for us that we need to improve, because we are a good fielding team. I think that's the thing. We're not trying to hide any players. They're all good fielders. They're all have done amazing things in the field in the past, and we've just got to bring that out of them on a consistent basis. Hampshire tomorrow night, they've lost 3 of the 3 they've played so far. At some point they're going to win one. Middlesex go, they're really needing to win. Somehow you've got to make sure it's not tomorrow night that Hampshire find that first win.
Toss a coin there. Yeah. Look, I think the nature of a 14-game season means you need to win 7 or 8 games to make a semi-final, and that means you lose 6 or 7 games. And obviously you don't want to lose them this early in the season, but you do have a little bit up your sleeve to play with. But I think tomorrow's probably the most important game of our season, and the fact that we need to turn up, we need to be aggressive, and we need to take the game to Hampshire.
A little bit frustrating for you. You've had 10 days off in between these games, haven't you? And now it's 2 in 2 days, and then you've got to take a break again.
Yeah, it was some reintroductions I think today after the guys been away, and sort of like going through plans again. Obviously we've trained, but it's a lot of time off, and so it makes it tricky to keep going. And we've had a lot of personnel changes with guys coming back and forward from England and the Lions team, and a few injuries. So look, we've got a really good team, and I think that's the most important thing, that we can put a good Middlesex team out on the park, and now the expectation is for us to win.
They are a very good side, a very good squad. How do you find them though? You've got 4 games, and obviously they've had a change of coach just before your arrival as well. Is there an element of that you need to pick them up and dust them down a little bit and focus them for a different part of the season?
No, I think there's a genuine excitement about the T20 competition. I think everyone really looks forward to it, particularly when they get to play in full house in front of Lords. I think we've had a few challenges, 3 captains in 4 days, 4 games, but that's just the nature of the tournament. They're all very good captains, so it makes it relatively easy. So I think we won't look at that side of things, and we'll just try and remain as aggressive and positive as we can leading into the game tomorrow.